The thief captain's work this time.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
It's on though. It's not on. There's constraint mobs. There's a possibility.
A word of advice, don't break the law. Huh. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Okay, second day of farming Petra. Let's see how it goes. First, we're gonna condense.
I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep
I
small
forgot to
animals
wake
where
up.
they won't be able to see the sun.
Okay. Well, second day farming Petra. Let's first condense and then going right into the domain. I got this one. Oh, like enough to watch it. Don't need it though.
Ad Astra app. Thank you for Ad Astra.
A word of advice, don't break the law. Huh. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law. I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun.
Okay, kinda.
Solidify!
Let my name echo in song! By ordinance divine! Take your true fo-
A moment, please.
Okay, let's see. First round done, and we get a feather in the sands. Don't tell me I'm gonna like burst jungle.
Time to shine! Transfiguration! Hip! Do your master's bidding!
Wait now.
Okay, round number 2. Now, goblet. Not what I'm looking for.
Let my name echo in song!
Gather!
My will embodied!
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
Round number 8. Do goblet and mask, please. Ah, cryo, nope. Defense, nope.
Time to shine!
Stabilize.
Transfiguration! Cryoing.
Let's begin. Have a safe trip.
This team clears so fast. It's such fun. Dance and goblet, nope.
your true form! Do your master's bidding!
Stay cool and face your guilt.
That's how we got the first 5 condensed. That 3 pieces of the other set. Nothing worth using. Right. Back to Mondstadt.
The sky in
Did you
Natland.
hear what happened with the
If you ever see any stickers on my
happened
back,
now?
do me a favor and take them off. The Malazines like to play pranks sometimes.
Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natlan?
The sky in Natland. Oh. What happened now? Yoo-hoo! Time to shine! Transfiguration! Shia! Hup!
Away now. Get a little chilly.
You guys survived on 1 lick of HP. Oh.
Strike a pose! Let the world come alive!
Gather!
Cryo incarnate! My will embodied!
A moment, please. Stay cool and face your guilt.
Yoo-hoo! Let my name echo in song!
Solidify! This is order!
Do your master's bidding!
Away now. This could get a little chilly.
Didn't hit. He got turned around. And HP.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come on! Cryo incarnate! Take your truth!
Let's begin. Have a safe trip.
And
Strike a pose! Let my name echo in... My will embodied! By ordinance divine!
This could get a little chilly.
yeah, I lost 4 thorns, and then there will be strong blocks.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world come on!
Stabilize.
Transfiguration! Cryo incarnate!
A moment, please. Have a safe trip.
Shower me with praise! Time to shine!
Solidified.
Do your master's bidding!
Let's begin.
Let the world come alive!
Stabilize.
My will embodied! Cryo incarnate!
A moment, please. Stay cool and face your guilt.
What's the little Melusine sticker? Somebody maybe? Nope.
Solidify!
This could get a little chilly.
Nope. 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 Stop giving me things I don't need. I want. Oh, come on. Eh. Oh, what pity. Nothing at all. Few feathers I might not be even gonna use. Even somebody. Not really, I'm losing too much recharge. Why are feathers becoming this good? Do we already have like something about which character might want picking Patra? Keeping those feathers, you never know, or pieces for somebody. Does this work? Currently not. Quest. Needs to use Petra. Unfortunately, nothing good today. Oh well.
Yep. I could get used to this. Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah. I could get used to this.
Gather!
Yeah. No time to lose.
Stabilize!
Ta. Yeah. 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 No time to lose.
Oh yeah. Because it rains, no flies. I don't have a that case, but just temporarily.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally. No time to lose.
I don't think I still have that one tenacity science.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
Run away now. Yeah!
Leiche gefunden. Wenn es also nicht noch 5 Minuten warten kann. Nein, kann es leider nicht. Wann haben Sie heute Morgen? 6:30 Uhr. Simon war zuerst hier und hat mich auf der Fahrt hierher angerufen. Und wann waren Sie gestern Abend weg? Um 9. Ich bin der Letzte gewesen. Gab es was Ungewöhnliches? Haben Sie Leute auf oder beim Gelände gesehen, die sonst nie da sind? Nein, gar nichts. Wo waren Sie danach? Ich war dann bloß noch zu Hause. Gibt es irgendwen, der das bestätigen könnte? Ist es ja nicht zufällig einen gewissen Carl Lowry? So müssen Sie wissen, ob ich ihn kenne. Naja, wenn eine Leiche vor Carl Lowrys Firma auftaucht und am nächsten Tag noch ein... Ja, dann zumindest klar. Dann will ich wissen, wieso. Das wollen wir beide. Alles, was ich weiß, ist, ich komme zur Arbeit und auf dem Gelände liegt eine Leiche. Ich muss also den Betrieb heute einstellen und mache Verluste. Und jetzt soll ich auch noch ein Mörder sein? Nein, niemand sagt, Sie hätten irgendwen ermordet, Mr. White. Für mich klingt es aber so. Nicht, was Sie mir unterstellen. Wenn Sie wiedergehen wollen, dann auf dem Regierungsbereich meines Anwalts, klar? Jetzt Aufnahme von der Street. Selfmade-Millionär. Hat sich gut gemacht. Früher Metzger, jetzt Unternehmer. Liefert das meiste Fleisch nach Source. Also wenn ich mir eine fette Wurst in der Gegend hole, ist das wahrscheinlich sein? Seid nicht so eklig. Ich wette ein Fünfer, dass Lowry damit drinsteckt. Möglich, aber man
This
weiß ja
place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
Did you hear what happened with the
sky in that land. Oh. What happened now?
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natlan?
Not too far now.
What happened now?
Tidal wave. Yeah. 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 Bring it on.
And a radish veggie soup. Star Snatch Creek is known for its views.
Johannes, Kapitel 13, Vers 14. Wenn Meister euch die Füße blutet, probiert es gerne daran. Wollte er ihn die größte reißen. So wie es ist. Alles nicht mehr lang. Oder ist aber interessiert. Gespräch mit Angela machte sie sehr deutlich, dass sie ihr eigenes Leben beenden will. Ihre Depression überwältigt. Es fällt ihr also schwer, sich in sie hineinzuversetzen.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
In erster Linie ist es maßgeblich.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
Für Gewisse oder wenn man Sozialprodukte Mittel sein, das teuer wäre. Sehr stark. Wie gut direkt in seinen Blutkreislauf injiziert. Oder so Sachen. Lidocain ist nicht stark genug, um ihn zu vergiften, aber
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
sie wollten.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Yep. No time to lose.
Oh, oh. I burned myself, didn't I?
No time to lose.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
This place is pretty dead.
Need
By
some
which I mean,
high-calorie food
there's nothing to
urgently?
kill.
You've come to the right place.
I wonder
Need
what the
some
rest of the
high-calorie food
Harbingers are up
urgently?
to. Plotting
to
and
the right
scheming
place.
on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
Don't worry, I always win anyway.
Papa, tust du mir dann einen Gefallen? Bevor du ins Bett gehst, kannst du mir dann vielleicht wieder eine Chipstüte herrichten? Danke.
Ich habe kein Wort verstanden. Was?
Eine Chipstüte. Okay, let's see. Where's the guy?
Just ask the cats how fresh my fish is. Then take your
Have to find another way.
I can keep drinking.
Oh. Completely wrong.
You can run, but you can't hide.
There goes my bust.
No time to lose. No time to lose. No time to lose.
Time to get back out to sea, where I belong.
Yeah.
Dieser junge Mann wurde heute Morgen vor einem Fleischwarenlager gefunden. Genauso vollgepumpt mit Lidocain.
No time to lose.
Gather!
Brauchen Sie seinen Mundstuhl?
Stabilize!
Yeah.
Jetzt unterliegen Sie auf keinen Fall Stimmwelche, die auch auftreten. Erklären Sie mir mal was. Ich will wissen, wieso Sie so locker sind, wenn Sie sich als der Augen versuchen. Weil Sie wissen, was es ist.
Das getan, was ihre Pflicht war. Ich müsste jetzt wieder in meine Zelle und auf die Bezahlung meiner Kaution warten.
Uhr 16:34 Uhr. Trotzdem, was mir was ist. Das war alles. Das wissen Sie. Ach, du glaubst nicht. Was für ein altlander Wichser.
Lass es okay.
Sag nicht Guido. Er hat wirklich Angst. Ich weiß Angst. Er hat was gesagt. Sowas wie... Das war also, uns haben wir jetzt noch mehr Fragen als Antworten. Das ist wohl schon gefallen. Vielen Dank. Das hat sich
Yeah!
But wouldn't that affect the structure of the hull?
If only we could find a way to increase the cabin capacity.
No time to lose.
Care to buy some fresh fish? However you cook it, there's no better dish to complement your wine.
Ooh, you restaurant? That
No time to lose. No time to lose. No time to lose.
To see where I got called on this.
feast your eyes on these super fresh fish.
5 times 80 equals... whatever. I'll just
I
count
wonder
them.
what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
Best view ERs on streambo.com. Remove the space at 5T8HWZYD.
No time to lose.
Mission at the Adventurers Guild.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally. Yeah.
Jewelry's out of stock.
Conquering demons is...
Where to?
Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah. 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 No time to lose.
Second one, right?
Be free. Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah.
Solidify!
No time to lose. No time to lose. Ha!
Stabilize!
Put the one on then a sec.
Yeah. I could get used to this.
You called?
You gotta be
worthless. There's quality here.
and now it remains.
What's the occasion?
Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose.
Ow. Myself. That's interesting.
Yeah. 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 No time to lose. Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just looking for the unusual ritual and farming at the same time. Or mining.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Who's next?
nobody here either. Oh. The unusual villager spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're just missing spots. Thought I marked all 20. Apparently I didn't. Itchy, okay. Let me fucking check. Okay, der hat tatsächlich nur so wenige Spots. Whoop. What it is. We did some other challenges. Keep an opponent for 5 seconds. Times 5. Trigger Cryo, Hydropower, and Electroswirl needs 1 second. 2 opponents of super contact. Four opponents with superconduct. Four opponents with superconduct.
No time to lose.
Having them die.
Solidify!
Okay, I need 4 enemies here. Hi. Would you mind coming up, please? You come down. Ow. That hurt. That really hurt. Come down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, already killed one.
No time to lose.
Come here. Come here.
Tell me what you see.
Dang it. Did not work as I wanted. I need to recharge.
No time to lose.
One.
Farewell.
There we go. Okay, defeat. Let's see. Not really helpful. But did I even have the luck? Technically, I can do it. They just need to electrode themselves. And then I just need to hope that it is 4 enemies. Here, you guys.
Have a safe trip. Let's begin. Get a little chilly.
I have 4 wheels in me. Okay. Let's try that again. We try. Person had it already.
A word of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Stay cool and face your guilt.
Did I now get it or not? What is weird? Okay, then let's honestly try Kaya.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Oh, there we go.
What's the hurry? This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it! Ha! 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 Freeze! Ah! Ha! 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 Don't get frostbite. Cool it! Ah! Ha! Ha! Dodge this! Ha! Ha! Oh, so sorry. Ha!
Okay. 5 times.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze! Ha! 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 Ha!
What are we trying?
What's the hurry? Oh, so sorry. Ha! Ha! Cool it! Ha! Ha!
Cannot check my thing. Come on.
This moment will be frozen in time.
I think that might work.
Oh, so sorry.
Plus 4. And this will be 5.
This moment will be frozen in time. Ha!
Okay.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this!
I wish you could like check it while you're doing it like this.
Oh, so sorry. Freeze! Dodge this! Don't get frostbite. Freeze!
Check like this. Oh, wrong response. Change the reply.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt. No time to lose.
He is actually his normal. How much does the lead? 150. We'll keep getting those. I think I need 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. How much more I need? Can't I think? There's a pity.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
Come to think of it. I have enough characters to do maybe the higher one. I don't think so. But let me check. Actually, I think I need to switch mine out as well. First see. Yeah, not enough to challenge. Pity. Missing a good bunch. Be edited later. I still hope we are getting echoes for Child, Wisely, Newbie, any of them. So far I only got you. I'm gonna unlock this one, but I need to get Castle Hop first.
Did you hear what happened with the sky,
in
Natlan?
Natlan. Oh, what happened now?
hear what happened with
The
the
sky in Natlan.
Natlan?
Oh. What happened now?
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
The sky in Natlan. Oh.
Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natlan? Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natlan?
The sky in Natlan. Oh. What happened now? The sky in Natlan.
Did you hear what happened with the sky
What happened
in
now?
Natlan?
The sky in Natlan.
Did you hear what happened with the
What
sky
happened now?
in Natlan?
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
The sky in Natlan. Oh. What happened now?
Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natlan? Did you
The
hear
sky in
what
Natlan.
happened with the sky in
Oh.
Natlan?
What happened now?
Did you
The
hear
sky in
what happened
Natlan.
with the sky in
Oh.
Natlan?
What happened now?
What will I do next? Okay, so wasn't interesting.
Hey, little birdie, don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Don't be shy. I'll show you around town. Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorphizing them anyway. Haven't seen you in some time. To which one of the Animo Archon's winds do I owe the honor? Oh, is this your way of saying that you missed me? Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd better leave it alone. Let's take a walk, shall we? If you're wondering why I'm here, Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently. I discovered this when I unwittingly burst into her office to save the day. Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me. I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty. Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty, such that I must personally report it to you.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun. Actually, yes. I saw some guards do a musical performance when I was traveling with their caravan in Sumeru. They were desert dwellers. So are these actors. And I think I actually recognize one of them. Come on, let's go watch.
Your Majesty, not only has God bestowed the throne upon you, but your beloved son, Prince Kubad, has led our brave warriors to victory against Frasyav's army. His men have laid down their arms and fled. Frasyav's brazen ambition is no more. He has bowed his head and now presents to your Majesty an offering of treasures and hostages, as well as a plea for peace. My king, this battle has finally restored the dignity of our people. Moreover, with Frasyav's offer of land comes the opportunity to expand our borders, as your Majesty so greatly wishes. His Highness the Prince and I believe this peace settlement will be a great boon to our nation. It is for this reason alone that I have removed my armor and made haste back to our halls from the front lines. My king, what say you to this proposal?
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one? Don't worry, I still remember the general plot. Let me fill you in on the background while the king deliberates. The main characters are the brilliant Prince Kubad and his war-hungry father, King Kabus. The one talking to the king right now is Gundafar, the prince's tutor. When the prince was young, the king was deceived by a malicious rumor that the prince had mistreated his stepmother. He demanded that the prince walk through a blazing fire to prove his innocence. Miraculously, the prince emerged unscathed, thus proving his innocence. But the seeds of doubt had already been sown in the king's mind. Now uneasy in the presence of his mistrustful father, the prince requested to be sent away to the battlefield where he would fight against Frasyav's army. That's the enemy general we heard them mention just now. This is the part where the prince has won the war and decided to forge a peace with the rival nation. He wrote a letter recommending peace to his father. Oh, it looks like the king's made up his mind. Let's keep watching.
Frasyav lost because he did not have the blessing of God. Our God will always watch over us and punish our enemies. Once the bells of war have begun to toll, they shall not cease until the blood of our enemies fills the land. There can be no victory until the last enemy soldier has fallen. If Kubad still wishes to be my son and hold the intaglio I bestowed upon him as proof of his royal blood, then he must obey my command.
Your Majesty, I must caution that a nation destroyed is not a fallen city writ large. Now, the loss of one city strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies, compelling them to accept defeat and cede land in exchange for peace. If, however, we insist on bringing a whole nation to its knees, then so long as a single person is left standing, they will see us as their sworn enemy, and one day return to us tenfold the pain that we have inflicted on their nation and family. My king, a people is to their nation as wild grass to the open prairie. Though we burn down the whole field and spare not one blade of grass, roots continue to grow unseen beneath the surface. Come the spring, it is all but inevitable that fresh green shoots will rise up from the ashes.
Cease, Gundafar. Your mind grows dull in your old age, filled with naive delusions. We shall have no more need of you on the battlefield. As for my son Kubad, I will summon him back to the capital, so he may be tried by a court-martial.
What are you saying, my noble king? Why must you mistrust your own flesh and blood and sink ever deeper into the blight of hatred? When he was falsely accused, you once doubted his honor and made him walk through a raging fire. Did he not prove himself worthy by emerging unharmed from the flames? Now you would turn me away when I seek only to provide the wisdom of counsel. What is the justification for this?
The justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar, so you may spend the rest of your days with your wife.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all reason and wisdom. Peace is surely the most favorable path for our nation, yet he refuses to accept it.
I must think of a way to seize control of the army back from the hands of my wayward son, that they might continue the fight to the end. Perhaps the first task should be this. I shall send a loyal contingent of warriors to eliminate Frosiyov and the hostages he has sent to our palace.
Brilliant acting, Darbil.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the scene. I was worried that my performance would be subpar and you'd think I was just making a fool of myself.
Not at all. Far from it. Actually, let me introduce you. This is Darbil, the actor for King Caboose. When we first got to know each other, he was still a guard for one of the merchant caravans. Seems like he's now made the switch to full-time acting.
Nice to meet you. Any friend of Kaya's is a friend of mine. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't making all that much as a mercenary. It felt right to me to get away from the danger and live a more stable life. I was already pretty good at telling stories, so I just recruited a few friends and started performing shows all over the country. Full disclosure, we had to put this little stage together using whatever wood and cloth we could borrow. It's really low budget. Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the motions, but none of us are any good at coming up with a script. Everything we tried to write just sounded off somehow. So I got a student from the academia to adapt an old story I knew to make it more appealing to our audience. What do you think? Passable?
I could tell that you've had someone tighten up the lines. They turned out very nicely.
That's good. Well, as you can see, even now, we still don't have much of an audience. Don't suppose you'd be interested to see the rest of the show?
Sure, why not? I don't have anything pressing lined up. And I don't think the Traveler does either. Tickets for 2, please. How much would that be?
There's no need for tickets. You could just get some food from Jafar Tavern. We've worked out an arrangement with them. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance, too. He's not too happy about the poor turnout, though. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the next performance. A real pity. But what can you do, huh?
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene. We should get his costume and sword out so they'll be ready to go the moment he gets here.
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene. I'll see you from the stage.
Kaya?
Would you two like to order some food? What can I get you? If you're looking for recommendations, today's special is the tandoori roast chicken.
Ah, bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a look at the menu. I was at Port Ormos discussing some business opportunities, and some crook was trying to pull a fast one on me. Darbil took pity on me and politely asked him to make himself scarce. He's a good guy. A decent storyteller, too. Quite an interesting character. There's a lot of fun to be had if you hang around interesting people doing interesting things. Especially if you're in the company of an interesting friend. That's my secret formula for staying in a good mood. Try it out sometime. You'll see what I mean. Thanks for waiting. We're ready to order now. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. And let's throw in some desserts, too. One each of the rose custard, that talumba, and the patisara pudding, please. That should see us through the show. We've got good seats, close to the stage, but also not too crowded. We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next scene should focus on the prince. But I won't spoil it for you. You have to experience it for yourself. You could say that. It's always stayed with me because it's hammered home a cruel but realistic truth. People do not choose where and when to be born. Yet the circumstances of their birth define the choices that they will have for the rest of their life.
Here you are. The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
No need. I'll pay up front. Here. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the excellent service. The food all smells wonderful, too, so please pass my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's dig in, traveler.
Hey, Kaya. I'm so sorry, but the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and won't be able to make it. We can't do the rest of the show without him, so I'm really, really sorry, but we'll have to call the show right here.
Ooh, that would be fun. I wouldn't say no. Darbil, would you lose any income if I were to mess this up?
Not really. I mean, there's not much of an audience here anyway. I wouldn't want to take too much of your time, though.
Don't worry about that. I like to be spontaneous now and then. Spice things up a little.
Let me think. Well, you already know the story, so you just need to memorize a few lines. Huh, you know what? This might actually work. Wait, but Kubad has a specific costume he's supposed to wear, and there's no way you'd fit into it. Switching actors is one thing, but wearing street clothes on stage would really ruin the immersion. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
Well, good thing that I've actually got a costume with me. It goes pretty well with your stage, too.
You're kidding. Can you show it to me?
Sure. If you can show me the way to your changing room?
It's in the restaurant. Follow me.
Yep. It's the perfect outfit for you, Kaya.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. It's a pity I don't have many opportunities to wear it in public. Uh-oh, not a fan of me as a prince? I'll have to act my heart out so you'll be too dazzled to make any digs.
Kaya, here's your script for the next scene. It's not too long, but you also don't have very long to prepare. Do you think you can memorize your lines in time?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, I think we've covered all your lines and movements on stage. You haven't had long to prepare, so don't worry about forgetting your lines. We'll remind you.
All right. I'm good to go.
Great. Then let's get this show on the road.
General Kubad, son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear. I beg you, please spare my few remaining men. They no longer have the strength to fight back.
Frasiav, though you now lead only the husk of a once mighty army, I have no desire to crush your dignity. Even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed, and none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. Nevertheless, I must hear it from you one final time. General Frasiav, do you agree to sign a treaty in good faith and commit from this day forth to peace between our nations?
With my army in ruins, I am in no position to do otherwise, but on this, I give you my word. Yes, let us end our hostilities and send our surviving men home to their families.
We share the desire to lay down our arms for good and liberate our hearts from the dirge of hatred. Then as God above is our witness, by the authority vested in me by this intaglio of King Kabus, I hereby declare that I will spare your hostages and what remains of your army. May peace be restored to this land, and may these fields of war become a place where crops grow aplenty. My tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my father, the king, with the recommendation of a truce. It is my sincere hope that he will see that peace as a path to prosperity and grant me his blessing.
Prince Kubad, your name is renowned throughout your land and ours. I will place my hope in your words.
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the paper on which a treaty may be signed. In their absence, let us raise our weapons and swear an oath. I, Kubad, son of Kabus, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he? Hey, Rashana! You don't want to miss this. The good-looking guy who left that huge tip is acting on stage with Darbel's troupe.
Darbel's one lucky man.
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace to Frasiav?
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt my father's blessing. I promised only what I could so far, the safety of his kin.
My child, I must share with you the gravest news. Kabus has become blinded by fanaticism and hatred, and will stop at nothing to vanquish every last man under Frasiav's lead.
How can this be? You mean to say that my father has rejected our proposal for peace?
He has indeed. I urged him to reconsider, and for this I was rebuked and dismissed from his service. But far stricter punishment than this awaits you, should you return home with your troops. Please heed my warnings, dear child. I dare not imagine what unspeakable atrocities your father intends to commit.
Nay, the truce must stand. I cannot renounce my oath. How can man claim to stand above beast without remaining true to his word? The masses have grown weary of death and conflict in both our nation and theirs. Are we all now to bend to his will and massacre countless more to satisfy a desire that is his alone? When I departed my beloved home to fight in a foreign land, I did so to honor his wishes and for my duty to our people. Alas, is this fate's grand design? Is this fate's grand design?
Kaya,
The next line is, "Alas, is this fate's grand design, that I should spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I am laid to rest in a grave far from home?"
Must it be so?
Huh? Wait, that's not part of the script. Kaya, did you not hear me?
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? If fate decreed that your life was to end in tragedy, what would you do?
What's the rules?
Oh? Then so must it be. Yes, so must it be. I shall discard this intaglio and rid myself of the shackles of fate.
Wait, but that's not... My dear prince, do you intend to betray your father and abandon your heritage?
Fate means to send the machinations of war to every corner of the land, to fan the flames of conflict till they engulf the entire world. Fate would see my sword tainted with the blood of innocence, that the bright banner of my homeland might fly in every nation known to mankind. But I shall not bow to the will of fate. I am no pawn in heaven's plan.
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Hey, shut up. Stop interrupting.
I, Kubad, will spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I breathe my last in a place far from home.
Oh, at least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubad, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Gundafar, my dear mentor, you have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell. But I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
Ooh, it's Prince Kubad. Could I please get your autograph?
Why, certainly, ma'am.
Ooh, thank you. I'll just go find a pen.
Feeling more like a fan now? Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
Darbil, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance away. I just came over near the end after I noticed the large crowd gathered around the stage. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you could include some improvisation as a staple in future performances. As for the prop he threw, no need to get it back. It's fairly cheap anyway.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Kaya, was it? Well, young man, I must say you've made quite the impression on me. My caravan is always loaded with the finest food and wines. You're welcome to visit at any time.
Thank you for the invite, sir, but I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time at Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long. My door is always open. If you're ever interested, please ask Darbil to reach out to me. Darbil, we can continue discussions on the sponsorship once you've wrapped up today's show. I'm going back to the inn.
Thank you so much, Master Toos. I'll see you shortly. Seriously, Kaya, thank you for bailing me out again. You're a good guy. May the gods bless you. You know, you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Darbil, Asgar is back. He lost track of time playing Genius Invocation TCG. You've got to sort him out.
Genius Invocation again? Ah, that does it. That kid's not getting away with it this time. Please excuse me, Kaya. I will be right back.
Sure, there's no rush. Okay, I think they're all gone. Let's slip away now while we can.
What? Okay. Oh, you don't want to meet with the girl, I understand.
It's best.
All right, this should be far enough. Don't think they'll find me here. People were starting to expect a lot of things that I didn't sign up for. Besides, the missing actor is back now. Darbil shouldn't be needing me to stand in again. I don't mind socializing, but compared to chatting over food and drink, I much prefer just going wild on the stage. What about you? Did you enjoy the show? Oh? I was expecting a lengthier critique, but you've thrown the question right back at me. Sneaky. All right, I'll rise to your challenge. Let me think. All the world's a stage, and all the people merely players. Does that answer your question? Perhaps there's an inept god out there deciding everyone's fates, much like the academia student drafting Darbil's scripts. Yeah, inept is a good word for it. Honestly, it might even be a little too civil to describe a god who turns fathers against their sons and is bent on endless warmongering, don't you think? Anyway, that's exactly why actors need to wake up and realize they don't have to follow the script. There's nothing to stop them from following their gut and making it up as they go along. Oh, my dear traveler, please don't take me too literally. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The god is just a figure of speech. The real point I'm making is about the actors. Everyone, you and I included, is both an actor and a member of the audience. If you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice. A little too obtuse? Well, don't dwell on it. It's nothing worth losing sleep over. I was just thinking aloud. Relax. Be yourself. Do your thing. That's all I'm really trying to say. When I did my little bit of audience interaction back there, you had no time to prepare. You had to just say what you thought in the moment. I think those spontaneous thoughts are often the most authentic. And that's why I liked your answer. You're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? Keep it. Think of it as a souvenir from my improvised performance. It's been the most fascinating day, hasn't it, little birdie?
Okay, let's see. So we have portion of the other ones are definitely
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war.
Ah, yes. Here's what I was thinking about the unused funds. Given that the acting Grand Masters saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's my responsibility to make sure that every last Mora is put to good use. In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend the remaining budget? Perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant? Or a river cruise that takes in the sights of Sumeru City? Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home. Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. We can consider it some more on the road. The rules of the Knights of Favonius state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip? You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable performance. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say? Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course. There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip. Now, let me think where we should go. I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way. Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that. Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with. I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
Off to Liyue we go, Kaya.
See what we've got. Feel free to look around.
Hello? Huh? Character is currently involved in a quest. Wait, which one? Diamond and the... Really? So I need to do you, buddy. I did not expect that a daily commission could cost this.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
I don't see really anything. Let's try with the blue one.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you. Great. Maybe you can tell me about your previous travels here along the way. It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Just like how I met you in Port Ormos, and now we're here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead. Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade. You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender. If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave this beautiful bijou behind.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones. Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice. There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you could lose all of your Mora betting on uncut rocks. I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift. It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip, but don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic well-being very seriously, and they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
Ah, that's why it was blocked.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Uncut stones. Ah yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business. Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed. Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam. My terms are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the vendor is charging. If the customer decides to hand over their money, they're taking the bait of their own free will.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people. Anyway, betting on jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir. Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit. Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Ahoy there, Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Chateau? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
I mean, you want the full list? Or... Hold up, is that? Captain Kaya! What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled chef, and their prices are very reasonable. My wife can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try. And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great help you've been to us before. So thank you, on her behalf.
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these days? Keeping well?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaya, but I'd better get going.
All right. See you.
What was that about?
Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
An educated guess. Yes, you could put it like that. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist, and he's also mighty stubborn, but all of us know Old Wu is an honest and kind-hearted man. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up, and the next day, Old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones. I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor, he'll grab you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. It must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business, so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly. It's the way of the world, unfortunately. His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though. I thought maybe he'd come into some Mora. Competition is fierce these days, and there's not a lot of Mora to be made in shipping. So every day he stays idle is another negative in the books. I do wonder what's gotten into him. Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows? Maybe he had some important cargo to see to. Either way, good sir, don't mind him.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest the tea house is somewhere to rest your legs? If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top. Why not pay them a visit?
Huh. Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
A Ta, so this is how the name is spoken. Check it out later.
Huh. So this is the Hu tea house.
We meet again, Captain Kaya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day. Oh, that didn't take me long, and I ran the whole way.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter? What's this talk about the wharf?
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard by trade, and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main perks of the job for me. Why don't you join my table so we can get to know each other?
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share. Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain Kaya, she might not have even made it into this world.
I'm so lost, Wu. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter. Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away. My wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal, so he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear to?
I was in the water.
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... They threw me into the water and, stripped me of all my clothes.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
Captain Kaya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point in me trying to save face now. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. But they didn't know that I could swim. What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife. That was before Captain Kaya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed, and catch up with you. But God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
Outrageous!
So, what happened next?
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Oh, Wu, I'm sorry, but...
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me, I know. My wife never lets me forget.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever repay you for all you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you. Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do. In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
The poor guy, he look really hurt him, I guess.
I wonder how much Fanaria caught of that. Old Wu really has no filter, does he?
Oh, poor Wu. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. It's just...
Yes, I like her. She makes me laugh. Lol.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story, but since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him. I did actually forget at first, but once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back. D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time. So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them all. I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory. Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook? I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
I'm back with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have Mora to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication they're producing. It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain. If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat. I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market. It's a good cause, and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested 1 million Mora for the first round of funding.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifudze. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none, and he really cares about his patients. He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Dr. Baiju's master?
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free. He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "It goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
It is.
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of Mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gui took one look and told him he bought nothing but regular painkillers. This Bai Fuzi you met, did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
He did.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of Mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
You're right, Captain Kaya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... I mean, hopefully it's all fine.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out, too. Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with. I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you. Wait, or are you? Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it. Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions. We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want to get our priorities mixed up. Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the stage.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of his fellow men, forsook them to dwell among the mountains and rivers. Yet fate fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world, only this time with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
Is that all? I was hoping to hear the rest of the story. It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling, but it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Oh, I see the show is over. Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right away.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool. Get your story straight first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing. Do you still have a way to contact this guy?
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunsheng Tea House once I've withdrawn the next sum of Mora, so I suppose he'll still be waiting on that.
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me. Young man, you're a good person, and I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Come with me.
So much stuff. I need to find a spot where I can write all this down.
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we? Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally. I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really. Your logic is very straightforward, and quite endearing in its simplicity. But I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
No time to lose.
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you. If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
The Traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After hearing the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, he's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Captain Kaya, young man, thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking. All right, then it's settled. Per our brave hero's plan, let's rendezvous at Yanshang Tea House tomorrow. Ah, you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone? As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all. All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first? They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well. I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself so far from home. Please allow me to pay for the tea.
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too. Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day. And the point of life is to enjoy yourself. If something makes me happy, it's worth every Mora.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of Mora as far as the common man is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of his league.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is
nice
my honor to become friends with someone of your
name.
caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 Mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your Mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself. To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give you the experience of a lifetime.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something? Goo-Ha, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices. Seriously though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing? I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Young man, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the free drink?
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right then. What if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door. You young people have hot tempers, I understand that. But there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to resolve the dispute.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drinks in the first place. No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win. Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight. Peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
Why don't you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this guy for a sec. We don't want him to think you're stingy.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all, so you can just take it from your fees as my guide.
All right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few drinks, you can count me in.
All right, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, a Mora coin looks the same on both sides. Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. You two can wait for me.
Young man, I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. You take everything far too personally. I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by complete chance today, but we're getting along just fine. I actually came here to meet with a business partner to count the cash from 2 recent investments, when this gentleman struck up a conversation with me. In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. There's no need to offend the rich. After all, if you keep them happy, you can probably make some more off of them, too. You young people are much too impulsive. It pays to keep a level head.
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads, and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has to pick a side before the coin toss. Oh. And no takebacks. We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
All right, then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, wait. I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with tails.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails?
What was it? Right. Was it tails? Oh god. Okay, I should...
Oh, darn, I won. Lucky me, I guess.
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all. I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other two carry on playing to decide the winner. Otherwise, with 3 of us playing, it'll start to get difficult to keep track of who's won the most times. I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next? I don't want you blaming my coin-tossing skills if you guess wrong this turn. Here.
Now just wait a second, my dear friends. Please let me do the second toss.
Oh? Anxious to take your turn, Mr. Bai?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round and this young man wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again. Well, that's not my only consideration, either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around the block a few times. What's to say this isn't a trick coin, hmm? In dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. Some even fit the dice with mechanisms that give them whichever result they want. If Albert wins the next round and you, young man, lose for the second time in a row, then the third round will just be a tiebreaker between him and me, and you won't get your apology to the Guhua clan. If that happens, only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're sure to accuse me of working with Albert to scam you while mocking the Guhua clan. I can only imagine the kind of vengeful warpath that would put you on. A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road. Go on. Give me the coin. I'll show you how to check if it's been rigged.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Here, take it.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This one seems perfectly normal to me, however. But don't take it from me. Why don't you test it for yourself?
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with tails.
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is. And you?
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied, so no one drops out. Certainly better than Albert and I going head-to-head in the final round.
Mm-hmm. Well, here you go. What'll it be, Mr. Bai?
It's a tough decision this time.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the cost of a few cups of tea compared to 50,000 I'll be paying you every day?
You make a good point. All right, I'll take heads.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the Mora's gone. Whatever, I'll take tails.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill. What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want. What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
But Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
Ah, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the tab. But if you guess wrong, I'm afraid it's still on you.
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose...
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. I'll take tails. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you for the tea, Albert.
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled with real money before, my old man. That's a real rush, I'm telling you. This is nothing by comparison. In fact, I'm starting to get a little bored.
Well, in that case, would you care for another game?
Sure. And let's up the stakes a little this time. Shall we say 50,000?
Oh, maybe that's a little on the high side.
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
All right. I'll bet tails.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks. Heads.
Tails. Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. After all, in the long run, gambling is always a losing game. 50,000 Mora. My goodness. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance payment. That would make us even.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style. It'll have to be cash.
Haha, this day just getting better and better. Well, so be it. 50,000. Let me see what cash I have on me.
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. 1 million here and 1 million there might be all fun and games to you rich types, but to ordinary folk like myself, this is no laughing matter.
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said, and what I said was 1 million Mora.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, young man, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any point during our bet? Huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard 50,000. Wait. Oh, I see. You two are in this together. I've never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss, and now you're accusing me of owing you 1 million Mora. Huh? Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe a couple of beginners like you managed to get this far. Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con. Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one witness, and this little scheme of yours falls apart. Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned Mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yenshang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my Mora. You can't let them get away with it.
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any of you disturbing the other guests.
But this will be continued at a later date. Probably tomorrow.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
Have a great rest of your day. Suribo love, don't forget to stay hydrated and take care of yourself. Suribo arrive.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.